asking you about Baker's resurgence, but that
Yeah.
doesn't slow down one bit. Huh?
Yeah, no, and like I said, I was around him for a long time, and he's just one of those guys that he's confident, he plays with swagger. He's really trying to carry the whole team on his back, be that playmaker for him, and you can feel guys, vibing off of that. But right now, he's playing really well.
Obviously, in week 4, Marshawn was active, and that Mike Marshawn matchup was the one. How do you? Does your approach change when you don't have kind of that, the shadow guy, where you can just say, okay, you're going to take him away?
Yes, you're going to do it by committee, and you're going to do multiple things. Just in terms of mixing up your coverage, mixing up your matchups. So we talked about doing a few things. We're practicing, but again, we're going to do a couple different things. Not having a guy like Marshawn out there.
What kind of response would you like to see from Alontae Taylor this week after being back?
Just get back to being himself. The thing that's great about Alontae is he is the ultimate competitor. He hates to make mistakes. He wants to play perfect. And, in the game, things just weren't going right. There was a few things that he was off on, and I just felt at the time I just wanted to get him out the game just to kind of settle him down. So that's why, I took him out. He wasn't happy about it, at first. But, we talked it through. I met with him, talked about the things that happened in the game. So he knows what they are. He knows the areas he needs to clean up. And he's been positive this week. He's had a good week of practice, to this point. So I look for him to come out, and be the same guy that I think he's capable of being.
Even though it's just been like a week since then, have you seen kind of the response in practice that you wanted to see?
Yes. And he's still upset because of his competitive nature. But I think he's embraced it. I think he's working on getting better in those certain areas. And again, so far this week, I feel like he's been doing a good job with the game plan we got in.
He said part of the reason he felt he wasn't playing well is he was upset over that deep pass to Puka, which he said that he thought it could have been a penalty. He was upset.
Yeah.
As a coach, how do you manage keeping a player emotional enough to play well, but also maybe taking those kind of emotions out of the game? Is that a fine line?
Yeah, it's a fine line. It's tough. You have to have a short memory. It's the NFL. You're playing against good players. They're going to make plays. So what I try to do is correct what happened. Fix the mistake so they see it, then go back out. And just display a little better. For him, he was really upset about it. And I think during the course of the game, it's not a time to get emotional. It's like I want to fix the problems. Not help escalate the problem. So I spoke with him, got him to eventually calm down, but I think, as you mentioned, it's still bothering him.
And in that situation, obviously, it's you see guys coming out of the game with injuries, whatever. When you're making that decision to sit somebody down, where do you go and you talk to the head coach? How does that kind of process play out?
Yes, yeah. Everything goes through DA, and we're on the phone. We're in constant communication. We're talking about some of the plays that are happening, and it's just not him. There's other things going on, but at the point in the game, just based on what was going on, just felt like it was the best decision, for the team, just to get him out of the game at that point.
Is it normally you just wait till after the drive, or was there something on that touchdown with Williams that you made the decision after that?
Yeah, it was after that, but like I said, there were certain things going on, and again, just wanted to get him on the side, calm him down, try to get it fixed. But it did occur after the drive.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. For coaching your descending bench play, is it normally after a drive, or is it can you?
Well, no. Sometimes if you see it and you pull them out right away. But just based on the situation, they was down in the red zone. Moving the ball. Like I said, just saw a few things that happened and just made the decision after we got him on the sideline to get him out.
Joe, what's the counter to watching this game and thinking, the secondary is playing so well for most of the year, but then this was probably the best passing offense they faced, best receivers, best quarterback play, and then they all struggled. Is it part of it is a one-off, or part of it is,
It's playing against a good team that has a elite level quarterback. He didn't miss many throws, and there was things where we were just off a little bit. Whether we lost leverage, whether we didn't get the help that we were looking for. One time he scrambled, stayed alive. Like, we covered him. We were on him. He scrambled, and we lost the guy. When we were plastering, they threw the big play on the sideline. So there was just a few plays where we were just a little bit off that they made that changed the momentum of the game.
Hey, Joe, I can take it for a second.
Yeah.
Have you seen a little less of him this season playing hero ball as the season's gone on, and more of a willingness to say, hey, I got this Mike Evans guy I can use?
Definitely. I feel like you can see him operating in the system, going through the progressions, making the right reads, not forcing the ball into coverage, taking what the defense is giving them. And I feel like part of what they're doing, they've kind of settled into who they are as an offense. And I think he's probably very involved in terms of what they're doing, based on my experience with him at Cleveland.
You just described his ability to kind of get out of trouble. Maybe he's not like a big scrambler, but it seems like every game there's always a getting out of the sack.
It's just one of them. It's just one of them things, man. I seen him do it over and over again. But he has the ability when the pocket breaks down, the routes are covered, just to find, lanes to escape. And he's a little bit more physical and tougher to bring down than you think. But that's always been him. Like I said, ever since I've been with him in Cleveland. And you continue to see it game after game. Good. All right. I appreciate it.